Okay, awful belly lift, just to feel the obliques on the side and just to get some breath in while you're holding those obliques. Can also help you create some space in that rib cage, but feel the tension through the obliques while you go through your squat. So your shoulders, hands are straight underneath the shoulders, knees straight underneath the hip, 90 degrees. You're going to try to get your shoulder blades away from the spine as much as possible without rounding through here. So good. So we're just, and you're not bench pressing in, so your chest should be soft. Yep. Then you're just going to, without moving your spine and rounding your spine, you're just going to tuck your pelvis under, draw your belly button in, and just get that little bit of a posterior tilt. Holding that, you should feel your oblique when you do that. Yep. Then you're going to push your hands into the ground. Take a breath in through the nose, blowing out. As you blow out, just lift your knees off the ground about an inch. And you're not pushing your feet into the ground, you're using your obliques to lift up. So you're using in here, so you should feel a lot of tension in the side abs. You're holding that and you're breathing. 5 breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Then relax and then go and give your squat a go. We're in that all four position. Our eyesight, when we're pushing away from the ground, we're not going into that yoga cat camel, whatever it is. Making sure when we're driving away, sternum's going away from the ground, but so is your eyesight. We're going up, shoulder blades away from spine, tuck the pelvis, feel those obliques, draw the belly button in, transfer the weight forward, keeping up, breathing in, breathing through the nose, out through the mouth, lifting up. And he's holding there. Nice and loose through the legs, not pushing into all the obliques, lifting me up. 5 breaths and relax. If you're doing it right, you shouldn't feel too much pressure in the shoulders. Or
is there any other tips or any other common mistakes that people do with it?
They don't let go forward too much, or when they go forward, they'll sink down as they go forward. This is holding up, going forward, and as you go forward, you'll start to sink down. That's what most people, and then they can't get back up there again. So I always say, keep pushing up as you go forward until you feel like you might start to sag, and just stay there. It's not about how far you can go forward, as long as you feel those obliques. Like you're going to feel your oblique just staying straight up and down. The further you go forward, the more you're going to feel them. But you don't want to go too far where you start to sag down in your shoulder. So you don't want to see the shoulder blade sticking up. They should be protracted away from the spine and stay in that position, because we're using the serratus muscle to retract that rib cage. The retraction of that rib cage, that's why in everything we do, there's a lot of that reaching stuff to retract the rib cage. Retracting the rib cage, internally rotate it, using that serratus. We'll get the obliques working better. Also allows the diaphragm to dome more, okay? And that doming of the diaphragm, really important to help with that sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, okay?
Thank you.